Alright everyone, welcome back to episode 2 of Let's Play Astroneer. We're going to go ahead and try to see if we can go ahead and make a little base underground. This will help out our research a little bit more. We have to kind of take it easy though, get some tethers placed. Can't seem to find where this should go here. Let's build up this ramp a little bit more, especially later on. We're going to go ahead and probably be using vehicles to go ahead and do a little bit of transporting up and down. It's kind of hard using the flatten tool with this when you're first making it, because then if you start off on the wrong side, it'll just start making the entire pitch off of what you clicked before, so that's why you had a little bit of that. Sometimes you have to just do it a little bit manually. Go ahead and grab a little bit more power here since there's no other tether put up just yet. These caves are absolutely awesome for the amount of research that you can go ahead and get, but after a while you just keep getting mostly titanium, lithium, and the occasional research. What I've been reading is that you get new research based off of just like the first couple you find of a certain kind of research. So right now this is like the green rocky one, and then there will be some others down there that are red and green, look like they have some hair on it. And then after that, they usually just start pumping out lithium and titanium. This one will also have that too, as you can see. Gotta watch out for those jumps. I haven't really quite figured out how far you can jump without dying yet. These will usually have one up in its branches here. Huh. Doesn't seem to be one. Go ahead and expand our exploration a little bit more by doing this. And these are really useful in the caves because not only do you get an oxygen and power supply if it's connected to a solar panel during the day, but it also acts as a torch so you can light up your caves. Eventually I see myself just going ahead and after making the base just kind of putting random ones around. They don't necessarily need to be connected. I'm trying to see if I can put them on the top of the cave, but I'm not getting too much light from doing it, but I'll move them down here in a little bit. And it's also too high that I can't connect to it as well. Now these gaseous flora, I guess you would want to say. I haven't figured out a name for them, but you can hit them from a distance, and you can actually get hit by these green clouds a little bit, and they won't mess you up. It's a certain range that you can be at, so you can still take the hit, and it's actually just a little out of when you go to your furthest range with your tool there. You can see where it's red. As soon as it turns green, you're basically out of range for it, but it still might shoot at you. So as you can see underneath all these, they're the red type and green type of the research mods there. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up some of this laterite to go make some aluminum here in a bit. Right there you can see the green and red variants. Something I wish devs will do after this, after you go ahead and you clear out these things, basically the only way to get rid of them is to go ahead and bury these remnants there. Otherwise they just kind of stay there, and they always leave their sound behind as well. But you know, I get it. It's pre-alpha. It still works. Go ahead and put another tether here real quick. it still works. We're able to go ahead and, you know, do what we have to do here. There's always so many of these, though. I mean, you will honestly have a pile here in no time. Is there anything else in here? No. Yep, found one. So now that we went ahead and collected all these, we need to go ahead and... I already got that one. I'll go ahead and take a couple of these up, see what we get here real quick, start expanding our research a little bit more. I'm gonna have to figure out a faster way to go ahead and get up and down this ramp down to the other base, but right now I'm really looking for habitat research. I'm just gonna go ahead and clear this up a little bit. It's gonna be easier just to drop down a little faster than having to run all the way out. Alright, it looks pretty decent. Try to fix it up a little bit here. You don't have to make solid ramps all the time. It doesn't need to be perfectly flat. Don't be afraid to go ahead and just do this manually sometimes. Let's see. If we're going to be doing this and we're going to be using rovers, we do need something that's a little bit of a shallower incline. Just because, especially once you put a trailer on your rover, the torque's going to go down and it won't be able to climb nearly as steep of hills anymore. So, but this should be good for now. Let's go ahead and see what research we can go ahead and get out of this. That's what I get for trying to snipe that. Here we go. Alright, we got some research. Something useful. Come on. Trade platform. I've never built a trade platform before. Not sure how it works exactly, but we'll probably figure something out here in a little bit. Oh, this ramp needs some love. Still have to piece it together. There you go. There's a pretty decent ramp here. Expand it a little bit more. Go ahead and grab this for some copper. Probably make another printer out of it. I figure this is right here. I'm not going to go too far in to go ahead and build my secondary base, so I figure this will probably be the area we're going to be in. I thought I could find a little bit more in there, but I couldn't find anything else. Don't need that. Figure if I'm gonna be going back up there anyway, might as well just take one with me. Oh, got stuck. I gotta work on that ramp a little bit more. bet you it's lithium. Nope, it's research. Power cells. I don't use them as much, but they do come in handy. You can go ahead and just convert compound directly into energy, which is pretty good in a pinch. More often than not, just end up using a generator, unless you already have a large battery. Definitely have to rethink everything when it comes to trying to get power underground, and we're not able to get coal yet. Something I did in my last session was just trying to figure it out, and I was able to actually just go ahead and put tethers from the base up top to go ahead and feed the large batteries in the underground base, and they actually just charged up just fine. I ended up putting about 5 of them down there, and it was really self-sufficient. So that's kind of what we're going for now. Let's go ahead and just start building up our resources a little bit. I actually just lost one of the things because I have 2 solar panels here. So if you're playing this right now, don't put anything in there that's not going to be able to be sent off to the sides, because you do have the one at the top, but let's see if I can put a solar panel in there. No, it doesn't fit there anyway, but you technically have 5 slots on those smelters, so it's okay to have 1 solar panel on there and still have a full load there. But as you just saw, we just actually lost one, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's not too big of a loss. We're, you know, doing all right here. You might as well just go ahead and grab another one of these. I'm not sure why I chose to go out that way. Let's see, solar panel. That one takes up 2 slots. I don't see any rocks flying my way, but I'm going to go ahead and wait this storm out here a little bit. Doesn't look like any rocks are going to be coming, so I'm just going to go ahead and continue with base work. Solar panel, generator, battery, wind turbine. I've tried my hand with wind turbines and they don't seem to work most of the time, and then I figured out that it was the placement of them. Obviously I know what a wind turbine does, but I guess I put it in such a way that it was being blocked by something more often than not, and wind is not continuous, so for the short burst that you are able to get some wind going, it's just one of those things where you're just going to have to put it in a good spot. I found that putting them up a little bit higher with no obstruction around them would be the best route. But even then, I'll have ones that were lower and they'll be spinning, but the ones that are at the very top would not. So it's still something to figure out here. Let's go ahead and try to get down here. We can collect this laterite. Go ahead and try not to suffocate while I'm mining, though. The OCD kicks in, and I start seeing tethers going all ways, and I think, okay, well that makes sense, but as soon as I start driving, it's gonna annoy the crap out of me, thinking that you're just running over the tethers. pretty decent spot to go ahead and mine for that. Need a little bit more power though. It's still nighttime outside. I'm not even attached to my tether yet, but I'm pretty good on oxygen right now. But unless you have a battery upstairs or it's daylight, you won't be able to draw power from the tethers while you're down here. We're just gonna call that the Barney Pit for obvious reasons. Let's go ahead and head on back. Is it daylight yet? I don't think so. Oh, it is. It's getting there. Oh, it is. It's really hard to tell, especially coming out of a cave. Let's see. Let's go ahead and... no, I don't have that stuff just yet. Let's go ahead and work on the research since it's here and it's daylight. We'll go ahead and get our power cells back up. Lithium. So that'll be good for our batteries. There's one. Hopefully this one will go ahead and give us another one. We can start making a battery. Ah. Learn from my mistakes. Go ahead and take those off. We're already at full charge here, even with no other battery source to it right now, or a power source. We should just be able to go ahead and do it with the residual energy that's already in it. So 4 aluminum. So now we can take these off. We'll just put them over here on this storage. Haven't really been using them for much else just yet. We'll get more eventually. Let's go ahead and put the malachite on here. So if you put the power source directly onto your modules there, it'll replenish it a little bit faster. I do have 2 solar panels on this printer, which will go ahead and provide power to the rest of the base. But the closer the power source is to the module or on the module itself, the faster it will go ahead and recharge. I'm not sure if there's a cap yet on the power if you put as many as you can, because technically you can put 2 solar panels and a satellite dish on, say, a smelter, but I don't know if that would be overkill. Plus the fact that you wouldn't be able to get any resources from it. But let's just say you go ahead and you smelted something, then quickly threw on the 2 solar panels and the extra satellite dish. Would it charge faster than normal, or is it basically 1 solar panel per module should be enough? Something to consider. Go ahead and just snipe these here real quick. There's another one shooting back there still. Let's go ahead and try to take this out from a distance, because I've killed myself too many times thinking that I can just go ahead and grab that real quick. We got another one of these research. We'll go ahead and just put in the research pile up here. Thinking, actually, I still need to get a habitat. If I don't get a habitat first, then I won't be able to get anything new down there. So I really have to start working on the research. I just don't really want to bring all these up one at a time. Another lithium. Okay, we can go ahead and complete our battery now. This will help us out for the nighttime, and the good thing about a printer too is that you can actually use 3 dual slots, so you can have 3 solar panels, 3 batteries on it, any configuration of 2, 2, and 2. So long as you're not printing anything, you can just use it as an extra hub. The sound of these things always freak me out because I think that something's gonna blow up, but these are already dead. Go ahead and expand this out a little bit more. What would be a good spot to put it? I'll just put it here, it's fine. I think I already got the research off this one. Let's go ahead and light the place up a little bit more. There's another research right here. Try to cover these back up. See, this is what I'm talking about, where you have to actually bury them, but they'll still make the sound too. Let's go ahead. Put that there, and then we'll just cover it up. So long as you don't fill the hole, you just have to go ahead and put the layer over the top, like a board. It's not bad, there's already 5 of them there. Take out the danger first. Where's my cursor at? Here. Oh, okay, here it is. Another one there. Oh, didn't even have to dig for that one. Go ahead and grab this while we're here. Got an empty backpack. I really like the atmosphere in this game, but it still keeps it, you know, kind of lighthearted with the soundtrack as well. There's got to be another one hidden in there. It's a little bit. Yep, found it. I need a little bit more to complete it. No. Alright, so at this point I realized that I spent way too much time with my OCD kicking in and having to flatten everything out. So I'm just going to go ahead and transition a couple of minutes ahead here. I'm still managing to get, you know, a couple of things here. But I really need to go ahead and get my research going because I haven't found everything I needed yet to go ahead and start the base underground yet. I get so disoriented. I keep forgetting what's on what side. I was looking around for the smelter. All right, so 4 more copper. Start making a little pile here. We'll just keep that oxygen with us, it's fine. But as you can see, the exploration is going pretty well. We can go ahead and mark where we've been. And where we can go based off of our tethers. So anything that doesn't have a tether can basically be considered new ground. I like to light up the areas as best as I can. I know that there was a problem earlier with having too many tethers. And it was lagging people's games up. I didn't get that all that much myself unless I was playing with my girlfriend on multiplayer. And it was very rare too. It was mostly crashing on her end. That seems to have been resolved in the latest patch there, but you know, screw it, we go ahead and put them, we put these tethers down, it'll be fine. Let's go ahead and open this path a little bit more, make it a little bit easier walking without having to fall into a pit every time. And we'll cover up this corner here. So up ahead, this is going to be hydrazine that's going to be used for fuel. We can probably go ahead and grab a little bit of this. We really don't need it right now. We'll just go ahead and take it anyway. This is one of those things that when you're mining for stuff, you'll go ahead and think that, okay, I got the top layer done, and then you see just a little corner, you know, sticking out. You go ahead and you keep digging, and you find more corners. By the time you're done, you always have a pit. Every single time you're done, you have a pit. It's insane. This game is really difficult for people like me with OCD, and it's like, okay, well, if it's going to be a pit, let's go ahead at least round it out a little bit more. I don't think I can find it. This will probably be a good ending point for this episode. We didn't get a whole lot of stuff done, just really working in the cave for the majority of the time. Next time we're going to actually work on underground base, laying the foundation and everything. So until the next time, I will see you in episode 3.